Mr. Cool Guy here, and the transmission you're about to see got a bit damaged. For you see, while I was out here in space, a solar storm occurred, damaging the transmission. So you will not be able to see me, but you will hear my voice delivering the random facts that you, dear listener, love to hear. Well, that's all for now, and I'll see you soon. Mr. Guy, temporarily out.
Oh yeah, here we go again. 10 facts you may or may not have known. Starting with fact number 1. The world's largest desert is Antarctica. Now I know, you're sitting there thinking, what? That can't be. Antarctica isn't a desert. It's too cold to be a desert. It's got all ice and snow. That don't sound like a desert. Well, just sit back and relax, because I'm about to explain to you how that is. When we think of deserts, we usually picture sandy, hot places. However, a desert is defined by its lack of precipitation, not temperature. Interesting. So, does that mean a beach is a desert? Well, I guess technically not, because it can rain on the beach and it's near the ocean, so technically it's not desert. I mean, unless you consider the ocean to be like a giant oasis. Something to think about. Antarctica receives only about 2 inches of precipitation per year, making it technically the largest desert on Earth, covering around 5.5 million square miles. That's crazy. Although, so, if it's a desert, and this is usually hot, what would we call it then? What would signify desert, but technically be the opposite of the word desert? Dessert. Well, not all desserts are cold though. You call it cold sir. Maybe freezer? Nah, that don't sound right. Well, there's someone better get on that. That's an interesting thing. They could invent a new name, or word. Yeah. Well, unless you already use the word that exists and just give it another meaning. Complicating the language even further. Yeah, it's not like super complicated where you can't learn it, but it's confusing, man. Tell you what. But moving on to fact number 2. A jiffy is an actual unit of time. Interesting. A jiffy. Be back in a jiffy. I wonder how many people knew that they were, using it then. Like, I'll just be a second, or I need a minute. I'll be back in a jiffy. Jiffy. Reminds me of another unit of, unit of power. Yes. Gigawatt. 1.21 gigawatts. What the hell is a gigawatt? Back to the Future. I mean, it's not really the same units of measurement, jiffy, gigawatt. Doesn't make me think of that. Gigawatt. Jiffy. This reminds me, it's like, Jif brand peanut butter. Oh, Jiffy. I feel like that's the name of some baking brand. Jiffy. Who knows? Could be. The term jiffy is often used casually to mean a very short amount of time, but in physics, a jiffy is a precise measure. Precise. Very precise. Like when you're being precise with the ingredients in baking. You get the precise amount of sugar, the precise amount of milk and butter to make a delectable dessert or whatever it is you're making. Defined as the time it takes light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum, a jiffy is around 33.3564 picoseconds, or trillionths of a second. Dang, that's fast. Trillionths of a second. Oof. Dang. Picoseconds. Dang. Picoseconds sounds like something like you'd have like an 8-bit game, maybe. Picoseconds. It just sounds something like that. Like picoseconds. Like, it's a good example. Picoseconds, like, they became, like, you're, traveling, you're in this spaceship, you're blasting enemies, you're in another galaxy or whatever, it runs on picoseconds in time there. Something like that. Or picoseconds. The time a power blast, or I don't know, just spitballing here. Not literally, of course. Well, on to fact number 3. Sloths only defecate once a week. And I know it was probably something like, well, hopefully in this one we don't have to have another fact about animal bathroom functions. Well, doesn't seem like that's the case. I know. Who knows? Maybe in the next video there won't be a fact about that and you can catch a break from it. Or maybe there will be. You never know. Well, time to learn a fact about sloths. Sloths have an incredibly slow metabolism. Makes sense. They are slow movers. So it makes sense that their bodily functions are slow. Which means they digest food slowly and don't need to defecate frequently. When they do, they descend from their tree and dig a small hole for their business. This can be dangerous, as it makes them vulnerable to predators, but they risk it just once a week. Just once a week, dang. I wonder, do sloths get constipated? I mean, I'd assume not, because if their bodily functions are slower, than ours, like it takes a long time to process food, I guess it would be real hard for them to get constipated. Dang. I mean, only going once a week? If we only went once a week, we'd have problems. And it would not be pleasant. That's why you gotta make sure to go every day. Sometimes more than once a day. So they don't get backed up in there and you have pain. That's no good. If any of you get the reference, hey, respect. Of course I respect all of you. I'm just that type of guy. Of course, you know, if you do stupid things, I'm not gonna respect that. You know, that's just how I am. Yep. Well, they're brave little fellas. It's a danger going to that around the woods. I mean, dang, they gotta take the time to go down a tree and dig a small hole. I mean, I guess it would take a long time for it to go through the body, so the feeling starts. They have plenty of time to do it. So they just gotta make sure they don't lollygag, because just because that body function is slow going doesn't mean you can take your time, or a sloth can take its time. You know, as in going slower than it usually does. To get down there and dig the hole. Digging up holes, digging up. We're digging them holes to go to the land. Get bored yet? No? Okay. Let's move on to fact number 4. Which we were going to do whether or not you were bored. So we gotta make a video. We gotta make it have the same amount of facts as last time. That's what we do here. Or what I do here. But yes, we're gonna go on fact number 4. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, not Mercury. You know, you'd think that since Mercury is close to the Sun, it'd be the hottest, but it's not. Venus is actually hotter. Hotter than Mercury, and no, I guess it would be Venus. I wonder if Venus ever gets jealous of Mercury, you know, because it's got to deal with more heat than Mercury. You know, just looking at Mercury, like, it's not fair. He's the closest to the Sun, yet I get the most heat. That doesn't make no sense. Which I was in Mercury's spot, yet he get the most heat. Right? What do you think? Would they end the Earth? No, because Earth has us. And what's that supposed to be? What, insulting all of humanity? No, but I don't think they want people, people that cause pollution. And, well, there's good qualities to us, but I think the other qualities make them not envy a planet that is life, because it's unpredictable and it's just too much of a hassle. Right? But yeah, no, I'm not insulting you. That means I'm insulting myself. And I don't insult myself. I mean, will I insult someone else? No. Will I call you out on your stupidity? Who wouldn't? Well, I'm sure there's someone who wouldn't, but most people would. Just saying. But yeah. Anyways, although Mercury is closer to the Sun, Venus holds the record for highest average surface temperature, around 900 degrees Fahrenheit, or 475 degrees Celsius, for those of you who don't use Fahrenheit. Its thick atmosphere, mostly carbon dioxide, traps heat through a runaway greenhouse effect, making Venus hotter than Mercury. Dang. 900 degrees. Oof. This is why we don't live on Venus. Otherwise, it'd be roast human feast. I don't plan on being roasted. Well, I gotta get roasted here, just from the heat from the summer. You can burn yourself on a stove. No need to go to a hot planet to do that. You can do it right in your own kitchen. And yeah, I burned myself, so I know. That is not pleasant. Really. Dang. Yeah. But no, that makes sense. Carbon dioxide traps heat. And there's a lot of it on Venus, apparently. The runaway greenhouse effect. Could you imagine they had that on Earth? Really? I think it would sound like it's constantly increasing heat. Maybe. But if it's the first, if it is that, having that on Earth, oh, I can imagine how quickly it'd heat up. At that point, no AC, no fan, no ice pack, no cold, refreshing drink is gonna keep you cool off. Antarctica is suddenly gonna disappear, 'cause it's gonna be melted. Melted. Yeah, melted. Okay. On to fact number 5. Dun, dun, dun. The shortest sentence in English is go. What do you know? A sentence only uses one word. I mean, you learn about short sentences in school. It's not really best to use them. You learn that somewhat. But go is the only short sentence that all people wouldn't really have a problem with. Go! Go. Go. Yeah. Vamos. Well, okay, I don't think that means go. Well, I just used that for a reason I don't think it has the meaning of. Whoopsies. Bad. Anyways, while many short words exist, go is one of the shortest complete sentences because it has both a subject, understood as you, and a predicate, the verb go. This makes it a fully formed sentence with only 2 letters. Yup. Well, the only words that isn't complicated in the English language. Although, the subject understood as you. Go. Now, I guess if your point is that you're saying, you go, you're just not saying you. Makes sense. Well, on to fact number 6. Cows have best friends. Huh. Yeah, I guess even animals can have best friends, so makes sense. Yeah. You know, you probably wouldn't be able to hear them say it, because they're all going, I'm sure they're saying to one, sure a cow is saying to the other cow, oh, I'd like to be your best friend. Okay. And all we hear is you can even sing the You've Got a Friend in Me song. I'm sure it would sound amazing to their ears, but we won't be able to tell. You know. I'm sorry. I can't get that on his face. Okay, let's move on with the fact. Let's keep my composure. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, there are times when I have a hard time calming down from laughing. Research. Oh. Okay, we good? Yes. Okay. Research has shown that cows form close bonds with specific individuals in their herd and can become stressed when separated. When paired with their best friend, cows' heart rates are lower, and they exhibit calmer behaviors, indicating that these bonds are important for their well-being. So like us, there are times where we need a friend. And, sometimes those friends can help us get through things. Or like how, there's those of us who need to be near our significant other. Because, sometimes those of us who kind of need them. Because, we've been through something in life and they make us feel okay. They make us feel safe, And when we're not near them, hey, there's times where, those kind of people are okay, but then if they start going through something like having a family, they're gonna need that there, to maybe just hold them. It'll be alright. Help them, get through it. Right. So yeah. Yeah. Hey. Life's like that sometimes. Yep. Alright, we're gonna move on to fact number 7. No. Alright. Okay. Yes, I just go one more time because it is funny and I can't. My system, I promise you, if it'll probably happen again, I can promise you that. Not in this video, just this moments where there's just something that is real funny. What I do, I just gotta do it again to get it out of my system, so I can get through the rest of the video. I can't tell you why I find that so funny. I just do. It's one of those unexplainable mysteries. Anyways, fact number 7. The inventor of the Pringles can was buried in one. I mean, each their own. Dang. Getting buried in the Pringles can. Well, it's not. Makes you wonder, if you get buried in a chip bag, are they gonna fill it with air first? Yeah, because air in the chip bag thing, when you get a chip bag, part of its air is not packed to the brim with chips. Well, Fred Bauer, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce the name. Sorry, Fred, if I butchered your last name. I don't really know how to pronounce it. But anyways, Fred Bauer, who created the iconic Pringles can design, loved his invention so much that he requested some of his ashes be buried in a Pringles can. After he passed away in 2008, his family honored his wish by placing part of his ashes in a Pringles can and burying it with him. Huh. I mean, feels like a Pringles can type thing. You know, like the crumbs left after the chips. We thought the chips was at the bottom. The crumbs, the little pieces of chips that broke off the big chips. So you could say it's the little pieces that broke off the big man. Well, I don't know what he looked like, how tall he was, if he was short, tall, small, big. You know, I don't know. The very small pieces that broke off the man. Excuse me. Yeah, that is. Whew. I wonder what I'd want to be buried in. Like if I get cremated, you know, I have ashes. Would I want to put them in anything special? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe put it in a can or something. Or two. Launch it into space. To float out into the cosmos where one day, far in the future, someone will find it. And wonder, that's odd. A tube of ashes. Why, this can't be. I am so confused. This is so very, very odd. Let's set up a wild mystery. Well, actually, I don't know how far it'd get, though, before someone in space found it, like the International Space Station or whatever. Dang. Oh well, who knows. Could work, could not work. Alright. Well, on to fact number 8. There's a species of jellyfish that can theoretically live forever. An immortal jellyfish. Like a vampire. Of sorts. Behold, mere human, I am an immortal jellyfish. I can sting you for all eternity. Well, I don't know if this one can sting you, but regular jellyfish can. So this one probably can, since it's theoretically immortal. Yeah, it can sting you for all eternity. And even after you drown. Yeah. Scary to think about, isn't it? That's why you gotta be careful when swimming down below. Because there's creatures all around who are nice, and there's ones that want to kill you. So be careful. It's dangerous down there. The Turritopsis dorini, pretty sure I butchered that pronunciation as well, often called the immortal jellyfish. can revert to its juvenile form after reaching adulthood, essentially restarting its life cycle. This process of transdifferentiation allows it to bypass death, theoretically making it biologically immortal. You know, that is wild. Could you imagine if we did that? Like, when you reach adulthood, you just revert back to a child. Huh. I mean, it'd have to be, optional, of course, because if every adult reverted back to a child, we wouldn't get new humans, because they wouldn't be able to birth children. That's why it'd be optional, right? So that way, some of those can be going to adulthood and birth children, right? Although, they'd eventually die. So, if their children decide to revert back, well, that means when those parents die, those children have to go to their parents until those, humans eventually decide to let themselves stay adults, right? And they have to over their parents decide not to revert back to children. Because otherwise those children wouldn't have parents anymore. Also think, if the immortal jellyfish can revert back to childhood when it reaches adulthood, does all its memories and stuff reset too? Or does it keep them? Interesting to think about. Well, on to fact number 9. 9! Apples float because they are 25% air. Are them chip companies making apples now? What next? They'll fill bananas with 50% air? And I get there's a reason why there's, air in the bag, thus decreasing the amount of chips. But, that joke is probably still going to be made. Because that's just how we do it. That's how we do it. That's just how it rolls. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I've made bigger jokes, I'm sure. But there's at least one person I know that at least chuckled at that. I'm real sure of it. And apples have air pockets within their cellular structure, which helps them float on water. This is also why bobbing for apples is possible. The air in the apple cells is enough to make it buoyant, giving it a density lower than that of water. That's amazing. That gives me an idea. Maybe, if you don't have apples, do bobbing for apples, you could do bobbing for chip bags. Because, it's partially filled with air. You got your Lay's, your Doritos, Frito bag, there's some variety. I know, I am overplaying the joke. I'm overplaying the whole chip bag air thing. I know. I just can't help it. If I see a joke, well, okay, not all jokes. If I get made there, I don't always make it, because not all jokes are good, but most, I do. Just thought I'd clarify. But yeah, bobbing for chip bags. Anyways, on to the final fact. Fact number 10. this has been a hilarious episode. Hilarious episode. No, I'm probably gonna. I'll probably make that joke again and again, just cause. Alright. Sea otters hold hands while they sleep. Aww. Aw, sweet. Sort of like a couple. You know, one hand while they sleep. Or, maybe sometimes they hold each other. Now, let's get into the details. To avoid drifting apart while floating on the water, sea otters hold hands, creating rafts of otters. This behavior helps them stay together and safe from predators or currents that might separate them from their group while they sleep. Makes sense. So that would mean that they're laying face up more, right? And so when they're held together at night, I guess the predator swim by would, see it and think it's just a raft in the sea. Makes you wonder. If an otter wanted to go somewhere at night, because it wasn't able to sleep, would it get on the raft of otters and use it to sail across the ocean? Because it doesn't have the energy to swim, but it's not able to sleep. Who knows? Dang, that could make for a fictional book. Sir Otterton and his journey across the sea on a raft of otters. Maybe. I'd like a book about anything. Almost anything. I'm sure there's some things that wouldn't be made into a book. But then again, who knows? You never know what someone will make a book out of. Or make a book about, I should say. But yeah. Raft of otters. Probably can support the weight of a human. Although, I don't know why you'd do that. It's weird. That would be a weird thing to do. But yeah, that was it. That was the last fact. Looks like we're at the end of the video again. Well, did you know any of the facts? Write down in the comments below. But you already knew. If you know them, let me know which ones you knew. Love to see. Love to hear from you. Or read from you. I'd love to see what you have to say. There. That works. Right? Right. Well, as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. And, I already mentioned the commenting, so no need to mention it again. But yeah. Well, tune in next time for 10 more random facts you may or may not have known. This is Mr. Cool Guy, signing out. Push! Peace!